Hi everyone! Were you wondering where I went? I just turned on the Facebook Live and then realized I didn't have my coffee. So I was looking all around like, where's my coffee? Because I just literally just made it and I had left it upstairs, so I had to run all the way up the steps, all the way back down. So, whew, I am here with my coffee, kind of out of breath. Oh my goodness. Yay! We have other people with their coffee. You know what? I could not have coffee today. It's National Coffee Day. I found that out at 6 a.m. this morning when I woke up and had my first message from Caribou letting me know it was National Coffee Day. I don't know. It's National Coffee Day every day, right? Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for sharing already. The little gift I'm going to give away is this one. As I've mentioned many times, we made up a lot of these. My assistant, Kim, did a fantastic job. And so when I don't know really what to do or what to give away, we give away these cute little retired embellishment packs. Oh goodness. Caribou coffee is so popular. Karen's drinking it for the first time. Wow, that's a big deal. On National Coffee Day yet too. Wow. Congratulations. It's great. It's really, really good coffee. And I'm not going to lie, I like Starbucks too. I pretty much like any kind of coffee. Yes, I do. All right, well, we're going to have some amazing cards that I got in my mailbox. Oh, let's just see where they went. Here they are. I thought maybe, did I misplace those two? I did, kind of. I didn't have them where I thought I should have them. But the first card that I received was from one of our watchers. Actually, the second card I received was from one of our watchers too. So I haven't even opened this fully. I just know it's going to be amazing. So I got this card in the mail from Jill Peterson. And she's so sweet. She sends me cards every once in a while. She's such a good artist. So it uses, interestingly enough, the bundle I don't have, but I have shown you many, many cards created with it. And it is the prized Peony bundle. So pretty. So it looks like this. And again, this is Jill Peterson that made this for me. Here it is. So pretty. And it's a fun fold, so let me open it up for you. And I am actually opening it up on camera because I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I'm opening it up. Look at that! So this is how it opens. So it's tied at the top, which is very clever. And then when you open it up, there's a pop-up gift card holder. Like you could put a Caribou card in there. What a great idea. I love it. So there's what the pop-up gift card holder looks like. Isn't it super? So much fun. So thank you so much, Jill. It's really pretty. I'm going to put it on display in my office. I love it. And then I have a second card here that I received over the weekend from Diana Knapp. And, you know, both of these cards had decorated envelopes. Look at the back of this one. This is the one Jill did. The back of the envelope, the front of the envelope. And then Diana's, she had decorated the front. So pretty. And then the card she made. Now, I'm just trying to think of the name of this bundle, and I won't be able to remember. But you guys are so smart. I know you'll remember it, and you'll help me out, and you'll write it in the comments. But it's so beautiful. It uses Sahara sand. I'll see if I can figure out the different colors. Looks like Sahara sand, pear pizzazz, and mossy meadow. So here it is. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love the spray of leaves. All right, so who knows what this stamp set is? Because I honestly, I don't know. I have it, but I can't think of the name of it. But it's really beautiful, and I love it. Thank you so much, Diana. So pretty. So I'm kind of looking to see if anyone knows the name of the stamp set. I will sort of keep my eye on that and let you know, because I'm sure there are other people that would like to know, because who wouldn't want to case that card? Oh, Karen thinks it's, oh, I think Karen was close. I think it might have something to do with the ferns stuff. But I believe Debbie has it figured out. Forever Fern. Although Kimberly thinks it's Forever Greenery. But Rhonda says it's Forever Fern. which she says is so funny because it doesn't have ferns. Well, actually, I do disagree a little bit with that, because I think the matching or the coordinating die set, the set of dies that are in that bundle, they have something that looks sort of ferny. It even has the little indentations like ferns do. Anyway, I think it's just great. It's a beautiful stamp set. Okay, I know you want me to make the card. So let me show you. Actually, I think I'm just going to flip the camera down and we'll get started here. So give me just a second. Wow, kind of smooth today. Let me just make sure the camera is level. It sort of seems not very level. Hold on. I thought maybe it was going to be smooth. There, that's good. We don't want you to be all tippy. All right, here's the card. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I love it. So if you're one of my downline members, which you may be, because I have several downline members that like to watch, this will be my swap, because our swap theme is to make a Christmas card. So this will be my Christmas card swap that I'm doing with my downline members this coming October here, which starts in just a couple days. Wow. So the colors I chose based on the designer series paper. So we have Highland Heather, Pacific Point, and Whisper White. That was my focus. And then let me show you the card itself. The card has part of it cut off, and then when you open it up, it has the sentiment back here. So you have these really pretty loops on this side made with the layering circles dies, and then the beautiful dove up here. And I do love this stamp set. I've used it quite a few times already this year, but I really, really, really love it. And so it has a really nice sentiment with it, and then Peace on Earth for the outside, which just looks awesome. So the designer series paper that I'm using looks like this, and it has a lot of coordinating cardstock. So let me just go through this with you. So here are because you know we have basically 12 designs in every pack of designer series paper. That's just a regular designer series paper, because each piece of paper has 2 designs, one on the front, one on the back. So I have these shown. So this would be the front side, the back side, etc., all the way around. And then here are all the different colors of designer series paper. Here are all the different colors in the designer series paper. So we start with Balmy Blue, and then we have Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, which is one of the newer in colors, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and finally Pool Party. So those are all the different colors in that gorgeous Snowflake Splendor designer series paper. It's just super. I love it. And then this is actually the stamp set right here. I'm going to pull the dies out. And they look like this. I don't know. Here we go. So they're gorgeous, and you can make little ornaments if you want to, because you can make some beautiful birds and then put it on a thread or string of some sort and make pretty ornaments with it. Beautiful cards. I have some things up my sleeve. I'm just very excited, but I have to wait. I can't show them yet, but I do love this Dove of Hope bundle. Let's see. I think we can go ahead and get started making this card. So as I mentioned, one of the things that we'll be using is the layering circles for this card. So I'll be showing you which ones I'm using here in just a second. But let's go ahead and get started by stamping on some pieces of Whisper White scrap. So I'm just going to grab my stamp set, and we're actually going to use the Stamparatus today for the other bits of stamping that we're doing, because whenever, oh shoot, look what happened. Whenever I'm doing, hold on, I gotta clean my finger off here. Whenever I am doing Christmas cards, I like to incorporate the Stamparatus for you so that you can see how to make these in multiples, which the Stamparatus makes it really easy to do that. But for the moment, we're just going to stamp these birds, these beautiful doves, onto these scraps of Whisper White in Pacific Point ink. The only ink we're actually using on this card is Pacific Point. And take these to your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and cut them out, because there is a coordinating dove die. So I will show you magically. I did this in advance. Here's one where the die is still in that piece of scrap. Let's pull it out here. And there it is. That's what we'll be using on our cards. Then we have those ready, so we'll set those aside for a minute. Then we have more stamping to do, and this is where I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. So let me get that set up, because we are stamping the larger sentiment on the inside panel, and we're stamping the smaller sentiment on the outside Designer Series paper panel. I love to stamp on Designer Series paper. You've probably noticed that about me. So let's go ahead, and the first thing I am going to do is I have it set up for the inside panel. So I've got my plate, and as you know, one of the things that I like to do to make it easier for me to line everything up, FYI, these are Whisper White panels, 4 by 5 1/4. But I do like this 6 by 6 paper in here so that I can line it up easily every single time. So it's just so easy for me. And yes, I do know about the tip of putting the washi tape on or the painter's tape on, but honestly, it doesn't bother me just to slide it off and pick it up. I just don't have a problem with it. But every single time I show my Stamparatus, people are saying, oh, you need to wrap your magnet. Well, yeah, if you want to do that. But I don't want to do that. It doesn't bother me to just pick it up. I slide and pick. That's what I do. All right, but I do like to put my stamp set that I'm using underneath my panels so that when I ink it up, it doesn't get ink all over the plate. So there we go. We're inking it up. My goodness, I keep getting my fingers in the ink. I don't know what my deal is this morning. All right. Sorry, I had to wipe my fingers off one more time. All right, so here we go. There's the first one. Look at how slick that works. Set that aside. We'll do the second one. And we'll ink it up. This is so awesome for multiples. There we go. Set that aside, let it dry. Then we're going to switch plates. So I'm going to take this plate away. And your Stamparatus, when you get it, it does have 2 plates, so that's really nice and handy. And we're going to use Peace on Earth next. So I'm actually going to turn it this way so that you can see it in the camera and I'm not bumping my iPad here. So what we want to do now is take our Designer Series paper, and I have those cut at 2 by 5 inches. And we're going to put these on here. And we'll stamp Peace on Earth. Oh, that's not going to work. We have to do it this way. Oh my goodness. Boy, you change you just rotate it 1/2 turn and I'm all mixed up. There, that's what we want to look at. Okay, so I'm inking it up, or flipping it over, and there it is. So beautifully and perfectly stamped. So we're going to take our other piece of Designer Series paper here. Again, 2 by 5 inches. And I will ink up Peace on Earth, bring it over, and there it is. So easy. So you could just do multiples of these. It'd be so fast. All right, so that's it for the Stamparatus. Nothing more to do with that. So I'm going to set that aside so that we can continue with our card making here. And we're also done stamping. So I'm going to get this ink out of the way because it seems to want to hassle me this morning. There we go. Now I need another cup of coffee. I need another sip on my coffee. So you guys take your coffee sips too. All right. Okay, so anyway, I've had another couple sips of coffee here. So let's go on and continue with this card. This is the card base. Actually, I'm trying to think. Do I have it upside down? No, I have it correct. So I have these cut at 5.5 by 6 3/4, and then I scored them at 4 1/4. So I'm going to fold towards the score line. I did have it upside down. There we go. So let me grab my bone folder here because I want this to lie flat. I'm really anal like that. I can't stand it when it's popping up. There we go. And the next thing we need to do is the first step is to put the inside panel in. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and we're going to just get these inside panels in. Because to put together the rest of it, you have to have the inside panel in first, and I'll show you why when we get to that next point where we'll be, because what we want to do is make sure that the inside panel is in before we put all those circles on to make sure that we cover up our front sentiment so that it doesn't show through awkwardly when the card is closed. All right, so then the next thing we want to do is start layering up this left side. So we have some Highland Heather here. This is cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I have the Stampin' Snail here, or I keep calling it snail. It's the Stampin' Seal. I gotta get my animals right. All right, so we have the Stampin' Seal, and we're just gonna put that in here. So just get it so that all 4 borders are nice and even. And you're gonna do the same thing over here. This is such strong adhesive. I will tell you, if you have not gotten this adhesive yet, and you get your first one, and you get a little frustrated, I assure you there is a learning curve. It's just gonna take a little while to get used to it because we're used to the other one, and now we have to get used to something new. That's always how it is. Anytime there's a change, it takes a little while to get used to it. Here is the Peace on Earth panel. That would be the very next thing that you want to put into your card. So I'm just putting 3 strips of this along the back. And then we're going to set this into our card. And again, just kind of float it over the top until all 4 borders are even, and then press down. Do the same thing over here. This is really actually a very quick card to put together. So again, this is another one of those cards that works really well for creating in multiples. There is a little big shot work / stamp and emboss, or stamp and cut and emboss. Oh, someday I'll get my tools right here. All right, so as I mentioned, we're doing some layering circles. So let me show you what those are. I have one pre-cut. Looks like this. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to layer up our circles so that we can just run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in one pass and get this cut out. And this is what you're using. You're using the very largest of the scalloped circles. And then you are so let me put this back, and then you are using, I believe it's the 3rd largest straight circle cut out. So we'll put this one back. Whoops, I put it back in the wrong spot. I gotta fix it. Yes, that is the third largest. Just double checking with that. So you have your 2 circle cutouts like this. Then save this little piece for something down the road. And then the next one, I believe, is the 4th largest. Is that right? Or maybe it's the 3rd largest. No, I think it's the 4th. Hold on, let me count. So we have 1, yeah, it's the 4th largest circle is what you're going to do next to cut out 2 of the Highland Heathers. And if nothing else, just experiment on some scrap paper. Don't always take my word for things because I don't always know what I'm talking about. All right, so here we have this, and just to show you how you can save a little time with this, I took a piece of scrap Highland Heather and then I just folded it in half, and you can do 1 pass through and get 2 cutouts. So I have done that when I was making these cards for the swap. I did that with this one too. Just did 2 at a time. Because when it's a die that doesn't have a lot of intricate cuts in it, when it's very basic like this, I usually can do 2 sheets of cardstock at one time. All right, so I was telling you that we have to be careful now what order we apply these on to our cards. So the first thing I'm going to do is about halfway over, I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal. And then what we want to do is we want to hold this over the top so that the Highland Heather circle completely covers the sentiment. And then you also want to make sure that it is about halfway between, so that this border and this border are about even. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Again, when you're doing this, you want to just make sure that you can't see the sentiment behind it. There we go. So it will look like this. So when you're looking at the circle straight on, there's a little more of the Highland Heather that's on this panel, see, and not quite as much over here. Then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to grab, well, I thought I was, hold on. I wanted to get my silicone craft sheet here from Stampin' Up because I don't want to mess up my pretty paper here that I use for Facebook Lives. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some Stampin' Seal on the back, and again, I'm only putting it on about half of the circle. So I like using the craft sheet behind it because then I don't have to worry. All of the Stampin' Seal goes onto the die cut and not onto my paper, because I don't know, it's just magic about that mat. It's pretty cool. So now turn it so that you have your sticky part that's going to go over here on the paper, and just center it in so that the circle is even around your other circle. And then press it down, and you're going to do the same thing with your other card. Just center that in so that your circle is right in the middle like that, and then press it in. Oh, thank you, Deb. Deb's telling me she loves everything about the card. Oh, good. That makes me so happy to hear that. Now you're going to take those pretty doves that we cut in advance here, and we're going to use some dimensionals, and you want to keep these dimensionals, because you have some pieces that could possibly show through here, so you want to make sure that your dimensionals are all pretty tight. You don't want them way out on the wings, put it that way. So you want to keep them sort of tight towards the center of the bird so that you don't accidentally get one way out on a wing and then have it glue your card shut. All right, so then we just take this bird and we just put him right like this. And there he is. So beautiful. There it is. These are the beautiful giveaway cards. Now, were I to have had my act together just a little bit more, I would probably stamp either some snowflakes or maybe this bird or peace, joy, love on my envelopes, but I wasn't quite that prepared today. So this is what you're getting. So let me put all 3 cards out for your viewing pleasure. And thank you, everyone. This is the only Facebook Live that I'm having this week. We have some appointments relating to the farm and some tax things that we're doing on Thursday, so I will not be here. All right, you guys. I almost forgot to tell you. I will be pre-posting it on my blog and on YouTube, my upcoming October card kit to go. So for those of you that are curious, be sure to go to Stamping to Share about noon or so on Thursday, because then it will pop up and you will get to see the October card kit to go. We'll talk to you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.